Hello. How is everybody tonight? Trying to get it up here so I can watch the chat. Haha. We can see better. How is everyone? Hi, Miss Bonnie. How are you doing this evening? Miss Ramola, I see you've already up there in the chat as well. I I just want to look at what I'm looking at. I hate all the pop-ups that come on. But anyway, phew, how is everyone? Day 8. Can you believe it? It's amazing. Miss Kathy's in the chat. We have Kim. Kim has audio this evening. Melinda, good to see you. Are you guys getting any of this cold stuff that's coming through Kentucky? Apparently, we're having some weird weather thing come through the northern part of the state. There's Miss Kim in the chat. Bev. Yeah. Miss Nancy in the chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and joining us tonight. Stephanie. Very cold. Well, I hate to tell you this, but it was 65 degrees today with all sunshine, no clouds. I was running around in my sandals and I didn't have a coat on. So it was beautiful here today. Eastern Tennessee still really cold. Yeah, I'm hearing that there's like this dividing line north-south and we're just under it. But hey, Mr. Bob, welcome in. Good to see you tonight. Yeah, we have some sort of something coming in on the north part of the state. I was talking to Barb about it today, and I'm like, we don't have those notifications. I don't know what you're talking about. But again, Colorado Springs is in this little bowl, and we get protected because we have the mountains on the west, and we have the Monument Divide to our north, and we're kind of just protected by multiple sides there. Miss Kathleen is in the chat. How are you tonight? I saw you, Miss Buffalo. Silly man buying you a buffalo jacket, but cool nonetheless. Very cool. So, Animal Lover, good to see you in the chat. Oh, you are having flooding. I've seen that. The flooding up in Washington. I wonder, there's so much AI stuff that comes across the feed anymore. I'm like, is it really flooding? Because I don't watch the news. So, well, that's too bad. I hope everybody's staying safe. Jeff is in the chat. He's in the basement. He got an early Christmas present. I bought him a multi-label, 3 different bottles of whiskey. North American distilleries that were pretty fun. Yes, it's flooding in Washington. Well, how crazy is that? It seems very strange to me, a very odd time for that to happen in the year to me. I would think it'd be more of a springtime kind of thing. But yeah. So, right. So anyway, here we are. It's never a dull moment. And as soon as we turn around, it's going to be right at that winter solstice. And it will be free range, whatever, for it to be snowing because it'll be officially winter here. And you never know what we're going to get before Christmas around here in Colorado. So because of the pressure, and the atmospheric pressures and lows and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I am not a weatherman other than they say, oh, it's supposed to rain. And I open my front door and go, it is not raining. And I could have told you that because there's no clouds in the sky. But sometimes they know more than we do. So, all right, Miss Gail is in the chat tonight as well. Good to see you, Gail. Sorry I didn't see your message earlier. I did answer you a little bit later today, so I can call you again. We can catch up. Not a worry. So, all right. Genesis M, welcome in. So we got 27 people in the chat already. So here, first of all, hi, I'm Becky, Vintage Viking Treasures. We are on day 8 of 12, which means we are almost 2/3 of the way through our 12 nights in a row. Hi, Miss Sherry, good to see you. And everything is going to be invoiced all together. All of it will be shipping all together so that we can combine it and get all the best deals possible for everything to go all at the same time. And I know I haven't said it every time, but everybody who has made a purchase throughout the 12 days will get their name put in a drawing for free shipping. And I will figure out something for all my local people. Let's see. Anything else? Kristen was our mod last night. We're switching back and forth. Kim is our mod tonight. And goodness, as soon as I get my train of thought, I lose it. Imagine that. Everything should, if you have a question, throw it in the chat. Kim has her powers tonight, so she can jump in and talk to us. And then I'm going to go into something quick. Oh, Miss Midge, yay, you made it. Woohoo! So if y'all have been following me for the last year or two, you all know that I do stuff with Stephen Emery of Stephen's Unique Antique in Alabama. If you are not friends with him on Facebook, he did put a post up early this morning that everyone is okay. Everyone is fine. However, there's something they have to deal with. His shop had a fire in the back stall of his building. So his building has like the antique store in the front of it. And then towards the back, he's got like two little bays that they could do like mechanic work or like a car wash, I think has been in there and stuff like that. So a car apparently caught on fire in the back of his shop. So they caught it. He said he had left at like 5:45. At 6:06, the call went in. They came in, took care of the vehicle that had the issue. However, his building does have quite a bit of smoke damage. So now it is just a matter of everybody has to, hurry up and wait with whatever they need to do with insurance or how they need to mitigate the smoke damage and all that jazz. So I know that he would love your thoughts and prayers for him as well. I know he's overwhelmed with everybody calling him and what can we do? What can we do? There's nothing anybody can do currently for him, unfortunately. It's just a matter of waiting, other than eventually we're going to probably have to have some sort of a long line of a washing dishes, like a conveyor belt at some point to help him with the smoke damage. So I'm not sure. He doesn't know all the things, but they are fine. Nobody was in the building when it happened. No one was affected by the smoke. It's just what it was in the building that is affected by the smoke. So his business is currently closed, which is awful and frustrating for this last week and a half before Christmas, because this is his livelihood as well. So I know that he would appreciate you dropping him a note either on his YouTube channel or on his Facebook page. Just tell him that you're thinking about him and all that stuff. So I knew that I'm pretty sure that there's something, eventually that we'll be able to do for him. But I know that's what I was thinking. I for sure will let him know that everybody is thinking about him from here. I was thinking about a sidewalk sale, Kathy. My thought was, well, he's been wanting to get on Whatnot. We could just, pull one box after another out of the building and just have a giant fire sale for him and raise some funds for them out of his inventory that's in there. Because, it's glass. None of that will be hurt by smoke. It's just, some of the things he had a clothing vendor. He's got some people that have linens and some books. Those things will be a little bit harder to clean. But from there, I'm sure he is resilient. He is young. He is ingenuitive. So, yeah. I will keep tabs on the situation and all the things and all the stuff and everything. So, and let you know if there's anything that we can do for it. So, I think it's just more frustrating than anything because you want to do something, but then, you can't until. But, one of Jeff's family members went through a house fire, and I know what it takes to do that, depending on the protocol, how they do it now, because it's been a little while, will depend on how their cleanup proceeds. So, with that being said, we love you, Stephen. Love you, Kaden. We're rooting for you. And, obviously, any of us will be there in a heartbeat to help you out. If you you just tell us when and where, and it will happen. So that's the big thing for today. You know, glorious weather with a storm coming behind it. And you know, you just never know what's gonna happen. So, but tonight we're just gonna go through the next category that I have lined up, which I have three small categories. I'm hoping that we can get into all three of them. One, I don't know how we'll go over, but I thought was pretty interesting. And where else are you going to see it? But here on Vintage Viking Treasure. And if it doesn't go over, then we will be packaging up and putting it out in my booth and see how it goes over there. So you never know. I mean, it's nothing is lost. So, all right. Miss Kim, in the chat, are you ready to roll tonight? Are we good? Most everybody, all my regulars, thank you for coming. We know how things work for the 12 days on the claiming. Second person comes in, you need to be the next number up or higher, turns into an offer up. Otherwise, we will claim it for you if nothing else, no one else comes back in. We do try and give everybody an opportunity, regardless of how the lag is, to, if someone comes in, to open it up for the offer. So we want to make sure that everyone has the choice and the opportunity for an item. Tonight, I do not think I really have a lot. I don't think I have many duplicates. So everything will pretty much be one-offs and go from there. So without further ado, my first category tonight are the view cards. Oh, what are they called? They're called, yeah, I call them view cards. What are they really called, Mom? You're in the chat. The well, they are. They just say View Company on them. Like this. We have vintage. Well, and some of these are even antique. So I'm going to go with them one at a time. I'm going to start them at $2 a piece. And I will just, I'll read it first so you know what it is. And we can go from there. Yes, stereograph. That's it. Good job. Bonnie gets a point. M gets a point. I don't get a point. So, like I said, $2 a piece. The cards are interesting cards are kind of harder to find, in my opinion, because a lot of them are just, I don't know. I like the ones that have like certain locations or certain buildings or people in them because they're kind of fun to see way back in time. So we have this first one here says Keystone View Company, which I believe is the manufacturing company, copyrighted, made in the USA. It says skilled workers cutting leather for high quality shoes in Massachusetts. And then it has all the cities that they originally produced these in. So I'm going to try and get it. Oh, the glare. Wow, the glare. So if you haven't seen the stereo cards before, it's like the predecessor to the Viewmaster from as kids that we used to see, you know, the wheels of pictures, and you get two pictures and then they overlap when you're looking at them and it looks like a 3D image. These are fun to display in different assemblages, or if you have something, I have a couple that are like a Norwegian church or a gallon of Norwegian bunad that I have up here on my display to look at. And a lot of these have a whole explanation on the back of what these are. Right. So you don't have to, and you don't have to have the viewer, because it was like a whole wooden box that you looked through, like the big, also predecessor to the VR looking kind of headphones. And then the picture sat out here and you focused it by pulling it in and out and saw what was happening. So let's see, does this one have a date on it? It doesn't. So, I mean, this is a whole long story about everything that happened here at the shoe factory. CJ, good to see you. Thanks for coming in tonight. Yeah, I thought you did, Mom. So, all right, we're just going to go from here. This one has a little bit of damage to it. On one end, this says butchering salmon. The interior of the canning establishment, Astoria, Oregon. So it has a little bit of water damage on this side, but there is the picture of the canning company. And fun fact, Astoria, Oregon is where they filmed Goonies, a fantastic movie from the 80s. Next up, most of these are usually black and white. This one looks like it has a little bit of color to it, like they watercolored it a little bit. Charming foliage, fringe of the cataract of the Burmese Oberland, Switzerland. So this would be trees in Switzerland. So do you see the greens and pinks on that one? Looks like they added some watercolor to enhance the image. You're gonna have to holler at me because like between all these glasses to get all these things and magnifying glasses. Oh, now here, see. These are on a little bit darker cardstock, and some further down the pile are on a lighter color. This says the bold. Okay. This is up the cliffs, 360 feet above Lake Lucerne in Switzerland. So I could say lake on this one. And again, there's a whole long thing. I bet you these were like the predecessor to like brochures for come visit Switzerland. This is what it looks like. This is Little Mischief, copyright 1903. This is 122 years old by Underwood and Underwood. This is a little baby that has gotten into somebody's bag or purse or something on the counter that looks like an old stove or something like that in the background. What's it say on the back? Un petit. It's written in French, I think. French or I don't know, un petit something. But she's a cutie. Oh, she's in the coal. That's what she is. She's in the coal. All right. Vintage finds. Which one are you're interested in? The Mischief one? Tammy. Thank you. I was like, wait, I know this. So we got Tammy. And that's for the little kid in the coal. And this is 2. And what do we say? Mischief. I can spell. Card. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. Next up. This is the Lake of Lucerne again, Switzerland. The most beautiful country in the world. Copyright 1903. And at the bottom, we have, I can get it to zoom in, and we have some tourists or people standing at the bottom of the lake, and they've got to be in some Victorian clothing there. If you're looking directly west from the grounds, and it tells it all about it. Next up, this is Lucerne, Switzerland also. The lofty Pilatus, 1903. We have the peak in the background. We have a double-spired church, so it should be a city. It says Lucerne is the lofty Pilatus, Switzerland. Oh, it's written in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 languages on the back. That's interesting as well. So definitely a kind of a tourism style thing to have it in multiple languages on the back. Okay, we're switching up to the light background. Manila, that's the word for it. General view from the suspended bridge at Niagara Falls, USA. Copyright 1894. So we're at 100 and almost 29 years on this one. Let's see. Nothing on the back of these though. Looks like when they must have been doing some work with some dredging or stuff like that. Mom is in on the Niagara. Thank you. Next up. This one is issued by Quaker Oats Company, Chicago, Illinois. This is the Blarney Castle in Ireland. This is also a watercolor enhanced picture. So on the back it says around the world by stereoscope without leaving your home, just like being there. So it has a whole bunch of different cities and countries that they produce pictures of. It says tour all parts of the world. Save these colored stereograph views from the different packages. Arrange them in a series, and shortly you'll have a library of the world tours of original views with immense instructive and interesting and entertaining. So there's Ireland, Germany, Norway, Sweden, and Rome are some of the different cities that they did from the Quaker Oat Company. All right. Oh, is that where the Blarney Stone is? Ah, fun fact. Bob gets a point. Thank you, Bob. Let's see. This is, oh my God, Kathy is out. I'm going to look like the old school teacher tonight. I need Jeff's glasses that have the thing in the bottom and the regular on top. Kathleen and Melinda. Let's see what the next one is. See if I can read. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Kathleen is out. All right. This is the Blarney Castle. And it was at 5 for Melinda. Perfect. Thank you, everyone, for your interest. It looks like these next, I don't know if they're mixed throughout the pile. Oh yeah, because they have numbers on them, but I didn't know that, and they're not. I don't have them in numbered order. So let's see. Do we have any? We do have some expanded text on the back of this one. This is R.W. Sears, president of Sears and Roebuck and Company, at his desk. Oh, thank you. Maybe I'll try that. I got ask and you shall receive. Let's try Jeff's. Maybe we can get best of both worlds around here. It's like they're telling you about the Sears and Roebuck Company. And then at the bottom here where it's right there, it says number 1. So it looks like it's a series of different things throughout the Sears Company. Sears. But I don't have them in order. This next one is number 50, the corner of the employees' hospital at Sears and Roebuck. I don't have any copyrights on this stack, though. You can see kind of some of the apothecary jars in the back and the big blouses. Kind of looks like the Gibson Girl era there. It kind of gives us a inkling of when they were done. This is number 4, the merchandise building for Sears and Roebuck. Number 49, a fire department drill. They're carrying the hose up the ladder on the outside of the building. You can see the old fire wagon there. Chief wearing his hat. That's kind of fun. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick, I think, I'm looking through here. I think we might be at all the majority of the rest of these all have to do with Sears and Roebuck. This says the Greek pergola, number 47. Sears was founded in 1893. Well, there you go. Yep, Kathy gets a point. I'm guessing that's some sort of a garden near maybe some of their offices. Next up, the fountain and garden. Hey, looky there. And they were out of Chicago, I believe. Yep, Chicago, Illinois. Look at the ladies walking. We have our Victorian dresses. We have some bags. It looks like an umbrella maybe, a little bit of hats. This is the sunken garden and pergola, also still out in the garden. So, I mean, on the back, again, big factoids. In securing a site for their new plant, we purchased 40 acres on the grounds of one of the most populous residence sections in the city of Chicago, where over 9,000 employees now spend their working hours each day in the atmosphere unpolluted by the factory smoke and odors common to manufacturing and business sections of the great city. Located in the center of the district of homes, we felt that our great buildings should be architecturally pleasing and our ground should be laid out as to prove the attractive resting place for employees and our neighbors during the hours of the day when they are not engaged with business affairs. And that's just the first, that's up to right there. So of why they did what they did and how they decided to do some of their business. Number 44, the great refrigerator in the restaurant. So we have like a meat locker. I got lots of stuff hanging in the refrigerator. Yeah, I mean, these are just like a real time capsule. The kitchen, number 43, Sirocco restaurant. We have the guys in their aprons and their hats. Looks like they're working over, looks like they got some birds or something in there that they're working on cooking. But number 42, the girls' cafeteria. This is just for the girls. Look at the white blouses, the hairstyles. I mean, that's a pretty big cafeteria. That's a big area. I wonder how long it took them to make and build this new building. Look at the fixtures on the ceiling, the architecture on the posts. There's a lot of cool clues of the time period. This is the main dining room in the Sirocco restaurant, number 41. So here we have a lot of gentlemen at the tables, big full tables. You can see their bow ties, their glasses, the same similar posts and ceiling fixtures. Number 40, the great switchboard in the engine room. Looks like we have like almost like a military, like a captain of a ship or something in there. And the windows, again, some more architecture. Look at the tiling on the floor. A lot of detail. Great workmanship when they created these buildings. Number 39, the magnificent engine room in the powerhouse. So obviously these are all, a lot of these are tied to their manufacturing process. And I'm not quite sure exactly what we're manufacturing from this. The enormous amount of power, heat, and light required in the group of buildings for the usual and special purposes made it necessary for us to construct one of the most gigantic powerhouses of its kind in the world. It occupied a central position in the group of buildings and covers 30,000 square feet of space. The building is absolutely fireproof, constructed of steel, concrete, and brick, and was especially designed to receive the special apparatus and machinery required. And then it goes on and on and on and tells us about that as well. They started building this complex in 1906. Wow. So, but we don't have a date from when this was. Did we have a date when it opened or when they built? Or when the gardens were? I don't think we did. Number 38, the boiler room in the power plant. Everybody in their coveralls or Levi's probably at that time. One of the things that came out of that era as well, between the manufacturing and the mining processes. Levi's came out somewhere in there. Number 37, the catalog trimming machine. Now, this is something that Jeff and I have done. Now, not exactly, but let me explain. So I don't think the printing process has changed much over the years, but Jeff's uncle used to run a printing shop, and he would print catalogs and yearbooks and stuff like that. And the machines that they use to cut these are almost like a guillotine, and they haven't changed much. And he had some really old school machines. So we used to, when we were in high school, for extra money, go and work in his printing shop. I know it's kind of fun because I mean, didn't Sears and Roebuck pretty much have a monopoly for what was being bought and sold across the country with their catalogs? Number 36, one of the automatic covering machines. So, that's putting the cover on the catalog, probably in the print shop as well. I know, it would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? And I mean, didn't they? Sears was the ones who had like the mail order houses too, because there's a whole bunch of those out here in the West. I don't remember what there's a specific word for those. There's like a slang for them. Number 35, automatic gathering machine. I mean, not only did they have their own power plant, their own cafeterias, their own hospital, their own manufacturing. Can you imagine this equipment? They had it moved out to this new facility or had more made for this new facility. Just a giant undertaking. Number 34, a corner in the press room. So I'm assuming that's as in pressing linens. Hello, Vintage. Beth, how are you doing tonight? Again, you can kind of see some of the overalls and the aprons and the clothing that people wore. Number 33, where the big catalogs were printed. So they had small catalogs. They had seasonal catalogs, and then they had like their annual catalogs. The big rolls of paper. No worries. We're going through stereotype cards, and this section that I have currently is all about the Sears and Roebuck company when they had their new manufacturing facility made near the turn of the century. Number 32, the Electrotype Foundry. Electrotype Foundry. So is that where they made? That must be where they made the type cuts to produce their catalogs then, where they would etch them and have them to print. Yeah, they're all in one. Number 31, typesetting and type making. So again, part of the catalog process. A lot of machines as well again. I should probably put these in order. So I didn't realize that there were that many, that they were actually all part of a set. Number 30, where the type is set. So here they are, a room full of workers setting the type, similar to newspapers, but for an entire catalog for Sears and Roebuck. Number 29, the closing hour. Well, that's cool. So everybody's getting ready to go home. We have the ladies walking on the side of the street. Look at the gentlemen, their hats and their jackets. Yep. And it definitely was. It was all backwards. All the type was backwards. So when they inked it and printed it, it was the right direction. Indeed, an inspiring sight to witness the departure of the great army of men and women employed by this merchandise institution at the close of the day's work. At 5:30, the streams of humanity pour out of several buildings, and the sidewalks, streetcars, and elevated trains are soon congested with the jolly masses of homeward bound humanity. They were quite flowery in their description of this as well. Number 28, counting the money received daily. So we have a group of people in the accounting and receiving department. Looks like a lot of ladies with adding machines. And like I said, everyone has a giant description on the back. Number 27, the card index department. Can you imagine? This is probably a giant like library Dewey Decimal System card system of all of their items and everything. Right, I know. Let's see. What is the card index? This large room filled with filing cabinets is our index department, where we keep a record of all of our transactions with our customers. 153 employees are required to keep these records, and this room contains the names and more than 6 million customers and a full and complete record of every transaction from each of them. When an order is received from the customers, an index card is prepared for that order in the department where all the orders are entered. And this index card comes to the index department, where it is sorted into its different divisions according to the state and town, and then passed on to the young women in charge of the index cabinets devoted to that particular state and city, and filed alphabetically accordingly. So that is a large record-keeping department. Number 26, the stenographic department. Let's see. Ugh, that hurt. In this room, between 150 and 200 young women are engaged in transcribing letters dictated by correspondents throughout the institution. The dictation is received from the stenography department by 2 methods. And then they go on from there. So it's, this is where all the emails were processed back in the day. All the text messages got processed through there. Number 25, writing letters to customers. So there's their personal customer service department. They handled particularly all inquiries from customers and any correspondence that may be necessary on shipments made directly from our Chicago house, including letters regarding delay or damage in transportation, etc. It handled about 7,000 inquiries and letters of all kinds every working day. Imagine that. We used to be able to do all of this without computers or phones or any of it. Number 12, mail packing sections of the shipping department. So there's the shipping department. Get everything packaged up. There's that roll of paper, these rolls of paper on each side of the desk. I know, for sure. I mean, it shows how automation has helped increase like productivity and stuff. However, it definitely shows how the human aspect of it disappeared. Number 24, the routing department. They all look very similar in terms of a room full of desks and people doing some sort of work. I know, exactly. Where's my house? Did it fall off the train? Every order which came to Sears and Roebuck passes through the hands of the men and women employed in this large room, where they call the routing department, where the orders are routed by the routing experts who indicate to the shipping department the shortest, fastest, and cheapest route possible. That's logistics, folks. That the customer may receive their merchandise within the shortest possible amount of time and the lowest possible transportation expense. That is the logistics of it all. Number 13, the train shed and shipping rooms. So here we go. The train cars that they're loading up all the orders onto. Obviously similar to all of the giant semi-truck trailers that get loaded nowadays at the sorting centers and distribution centers that we have. Oh, I like this one because it's more up close. Number 14, long distance telephone switchboard. Look at the ladies' hairdos, their clothes, the chairs. You can see the switchboard pretty good. They had a private telephone plant and a plant. Oh, in addition to our private telephone plant equipped with automatic telephones, we use the service of Chicago Telephone Company with its long-distance connections to New York, Boston, St. Louis, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Cleveland, Detroit, and all of the great cities of the East and West. In this stereographic view shows you a great switchboard located in the administration building. Definitely looks like the Gibson girls. Totally agree with you. The train one? You got it. Miss Kathleen, where are you? Got you. Thank you. All right. Number 15. Automatic telephone switchboard. So this is just showing the machines and how they were all set up for the switchboards. No people in that one. Yep. Yeah, Miss Stephanie, our first house, we had a book, 2 books of the Gibson girls, which was it was a particular artist that created the Gibson girls for all of his advertising. And we found 2 giant books about 18 by 12 inches laid across the opening in the attic of our first house that we opened, that we purchased. So yep. Pots. I'm missing the translation on that one, Mr. Bob. That's cool though. All right. I'll watch for it. Kim can tell me what we need to do there. Number 16, pneumatic tube station. Hey, do we all know what the pneumatic tube station is? There's still a type of pneumatic tube that's used here locally at the banks that we go to. Probably the most valuable time saver employed by us to facilitate the transactions of business in this new plant is a very elaborate system of pneumatic tubes used for sending written communications, orders, etc., between departments throughout several buildings. This illustration will give you an idea of the very large system pictured representing the station in the administrative building, which is said to be the largest of its kind in the world. More than 15 miles of tubing was used in the installation of this system. Oh, I got you. Oh, good. I don't know if I've heard that one. Interesting, Bob. Thank you. You get another. I know we used to have a mob. Well, what was the old? It wasn't Ma Bell. It was the other Bell system building downtown here in Colorado Springs. The Great Tunnels. It doesn't tell me much, but it says beginning at the power plant is a very complete system of underground tunnels structured with concrete and extending under the buildings of the general plant, connecting the various buildings with each other. It is possible by means of these tunnels to reach every building in our 40-acre plant, and the very large expense entailed by the construction of the system of tunnels was assumed in order to facilitate prompt movement of merchandise and to afford every possible advantage in the expeditious handling of the vast quantities of mail received and forwarded to the several departments daily. There it is, General Bell. Yep, Kathy gets point. It's like those old tunnels that you see, the murder mysteries where they're all going in underground tunnels and they have the red lights flashing and steam coming out of the pipes. Number 18, on the street at noon. So there's some people out wandering in front of, looks like one of their buildings during the day. At 11:20 until 2 o'clock, the entrance of the administration building is a very popular spot with all of our employees. The main dining room is located in the basement to the right in this picture, and its entrance is through the administration building. Here, employees of several departments meet friends who they are separated during the hours of labor. Yeah, probably. Everybody's going to lunch. Number 19, a glimpse of the administration building. I think that's the same building, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's the same building we just saw with the cafeterias in the basement. There's the administration building. We had Mountain Bell. Okay. Well, whatever they called it, Ma Bell. So was that was an abbreviation for something? We're totally going off track, but yes. Number 21, in the lobby of the administration building. So here we have some more up close pictures of some architecture, individuals. We can see the clothing of the day, going up the stairs or going down the stairs, whatever business that they needed to do in the administration building. Number 5, sunken gardens with the merchandise building in the distance. So some of the garden, the merchandising building, part of their whole complex. Trying to think. I have to think of where I got these. I got these near Washington, D.C. when we were there out there for the wedding in September. Number 20, the administration building from the pergola. So again, the administration building from that pergola that we saw earlier in the garden. That's the view from there. I was trying to think of where they were in relation to Chicago. So it must have been just somebody who worked there and then moved or something later on. I don't know, they say that wasn't one of the cities that they listed that they had direct communication with. So I don't know. Number 11, packing goods for shipment. You can see the old style big flatbed carts and pallet system of them packaging items. Okay, there we go. Number 9, men's and boys clothing department. So it looks like they are either cutting out patterns, creating clothing that kind of looks like with all the fabric on the tables. They do look very light and open with all these windows up here. Same with that the packing department as well. There's a lot of windows and everything for natural lighting. Maybe it was a better work environment with this big complex that they created. Number 2, general view. So I think this is that general merchandise building. And we have people walking up and down the street. Again, we can see, look at how small the trees are from when they were planted, but a lot of great clothing. Is there any? No, I don't see any cars or anything in it. It's just more people on the other side over here. There you go, Kathy. Yep, AT&T. Well, that's what they had to build, break up that whole monopoly of all the phone systems back in the day. Number 3, main entrance to the merchandising building. So we have people coming and going. Got the what do they call those? The valance, the the things over the windows that give it shade. It's not a valance. I don't know. It says a glimpse at this spot where more than 6,000 pairs of feet passed in and out every working day of the year. The tower entrance and the scene here illustrates is common between 7:30 and 8 a.m. in the morning. Just within the entrance and back of the lobby are a number of passenger elevators, which carry our employees and visitors to and from the 9 stories of the building proper and 14 stories of the tower. Yes, canopies. Thank you. Nancy gets a point. Awnings. Yeah, Mom gets a point too. I think all you could use those interchangeably. Number 7, automatic machines in the grocery department. Looks like we have some bins above that they're using for packing products. One of the largest retail grocery stores in the world. They've built up our enormous business by supplying customers with uniformly highest quality groceries at the lowest possible prices. Our business in foodstuffs have grown very rapidly in recent years, and since it has grown to such a large volume, I have found it's advantageous to become manufacturers of a great majority of the lines sold by us. And still other lines we have become importers of or have arranged with the producers to take their entire product. It sounds like, well, no, not necessarily before cars. So when were Model A's, Model T's were the early turn of the century as well, but I'm pretty sure with the saying there's elevators in here. I mean, downtown Colorado Springs, that Hibbard's department store, that was what, 20s? They had elevators there too. I mean, I don't think they're necessarily electric, but they worked. There you go. Kathy gets another point. Elevators started in 1950. They probably weren't electric, but they were manually operated. All right, number 6, the railroad yards. You can see the yards of the cars in front of the building. Yeah, Sears was good. I even miss was it Montgomery Ward's a little bit too. That's right. History Day. Oh, Model A's and T's were 1920s. Okay, well, I was guessing. I have a fun factoid about Model A's and Model T's in a minute. Number 23, making a record of the customer's order. So this is probably part and partial to that other picture that we saw earlier where they were talking about the filing system that they had for keeping a record of all the customers and all their orders. And that's part of that as well. Yeah, I know. Kmart in the mall was the best back in the day. Now, I didn't go in a Woolworths. My grandma had a Woolworths, but maybe I was in it once or twice. But we had Walgreens here in Colorado Springs, and our Walgreens in the mall had a restaurant, and that was one of the best things. I would go to the mall with my grandmother in half days of school. We'd take the bus down to the mall, eat lunch at Walgreens, people watch for the afternoon, and then ride the bus back home again. Last card I have to show you. Oh, see? That's just a smidge before my time, the 5 and dime. Number 22, mail opening and mail auditing departments. So here's where all the mail was coming in. And I think we saw a picture of where they did some of that sorting and their correspondences before. So I should take all of those and put them in order, because that's a whole stack. So that's kind of fun. I didn't realize that there was that much history. And every single card, I barely read you like this first couple lines right here. So it had more information on every single card about the whole Sears and Roebuck company and this whole manufacturing compound that they created at the turn of the century. So that's pretty cool. All right. Well, that was the first part of the items that I had pulled for tonight. You ready for the next part? Not nearly as much history involved here. Let's see. That one goes there. Mom gets that one. Kathleen gets that one. And gets that one. And then we don't have to worry about those getting confused. Okay, and hopefully I don't need those. Woo! Get my eyes to focus again. Oh, that's neat. That's cool. Because I think that's pretty much what they did, is they created those stereo cards so that people could find out about different places and different countries, different companies, without having to go anywhere. Okay, they're all going to be $2 starts, Miss Kim. I am going to have some glasses on. I think my eyes just get too tired once I start. I can't undo it. I have souvenir spoons. So once we have seen the stereo cards from all the different places you can go, you go to those places and you can get a spoon to collect for a souvenir. We have Arizona. Doesn't have anything on the picture. I will let you know if there's anything significant that stands out on the spoons. They all range from about 3 to 5 inches, give or take. I'm just going to pull them randomly from what I have pulled out, put on the desk. Oh, that I don't know how to pronounce. Is it gonna focus for us? Duro, yeah, I don't know. Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik. Is that it? And it looks like a leaf on the back side of the spoon. Thank you. I'm guessing Middle East of some sort. Thailand. This one is more substantial. So we have the word going down the spoon, and then another picture in the bottom, and then the image at the top as well. That's a good question, Kim. Were you just saying it, spelling it for me, or are you claiming? Let us know. Thank you so much. Okay. Do I have your information? If you would send me your information to vintagevikingtreasures@gmail.com. If I do, then at least it will be an update to make sure I have all the correct information. And then my next question is, I'm wondering, I'm thinking I know who you are, but I don't remember. 565. That is the DUBROVNICK spoon at $2. Perfect. That's what I thought. I thought that was my CJ. Thanks, CJ. I got you. Don't worry about it. Here's another Arizona with a Roadrunner. It has an enameled crest on it with a saguaro cactus. See, you guys throw me for a loop when you come in new. Like, I know who that is, but I don't remember seeing you here. Barcelona, Spain. I have another niece that is in Spain currently. Guadalupe, Martinique. Kind of has an enameled look to it where they've put acrylic. And this is a similar leaf pattern to the back of the spoon. All right. Melinda takes Barcelona. Thank you. This one has a gold metallic to it. Again, another Thailand. Almost looks enameled. Enameled on the spoon, the handle, and the top. The gold tone to it. Rapa Nui. This has a really pretty spiral to the handle, and it says chili in the spoon. We had some spoons like this. I always loved the turned portion of it. We had a little pickle fork and spoon like that my grandma and my mom would use. This one has a British or Australian flag on it. What do we have? Parliament building at Wellington, New Zealand. So it's behind the acrylic there. We have the dangly flag. There's the spoon and the handle. Pisa, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Again, see, you can have a whole collection of all the places you ever want to go, and then you don't have to worry about buying your souvenirs when you're there. Melbourne, Australia. I believe one of my nieces, when she was in high school, got to play in the Opera House in Australia. City of Sails, Auckland, New Zealand. Just going to get all the factoids we can throw out there tonight. Melinda would like Pisa. You got it. Thank you, Melinda. I did those. Yes,
You're
ma'am?
testing my spelling tonight. Okay, that's all.
Don't you worry, you're testing my pronunciation. Saint Martin's has a little dolphin in the chat. And there is an orca on the spoon. Oh, you were the only two that didn't get to perform anywhere like that, CJ? That's a bummer. Because I know another one of his sisters went to Japan and performed. I think his brother got to perform in New York City in, what was the name of that house? Tanzania with the Tasmanian Devil. Sometime next on my top of my list, Australia is going obviously to Norway. We'd love to do another cruise or so. It's really been fun to travel and go to different places. The cruise was fantastic. You don't have to think about anything how you get there or anything. Castello of San Marcos has a little different spoon scallop to it. Thank you, CJ. Tahiti. Bora Bora. I think that one we can handle, Kim. That's a gold tone one. And there's an embossed part on the back side. Let's see. I know there's some more state stuff in here. Oh, this was another Raglan, New Zealand. Raglan. It's a little bit wider, like it's a pewter spoon. Has a whale tail or something there. And some more. Oh, yeah, look at the whale on the spoon itself. This one has a unique shape on the spoon. New Martins. Kind of has that square or shovel shape that they use for some of the sugar spoons. Made in New Zealand. There you go, made in New Zealand. I have a copper background. Arkansas. We have like the, upside down. Cheap. More of a bronze colorway or copper. That is copper. Croatia. Yep, Croatia. This one's got a dangling little charm in it. West Point, Washington. And it looks like a lighthouse that dangles in the top of the spoon. There we go. Budapest. Again, that same style with the leaf. It's like a world tour. Where is the name on this one? Rawhide. Yep, Rawhide, Arizona. We have the gunslinger on the top for Rawhide, Arizona, and then we have the covered wagon at the bottom. All right, the Washington. You got it, Mom. See, my pen almost looks like a spoon handle. Okay. We have another lighthouse. Nag's Head. Looks a little bit kind of like a pewter style spoon. Saint Bartholomew. I don't know. That one night you got me. FWI. Barthelemy with a little bit of an accent on there. Mom's on Nag's Head. Got it? Liberty Spoon, 1886 to 1986. Keep the torch lit. This is for the Statue of Liberty. That's a pewter style as well. It has something on the back. It says 1982. If you ever get a chance to visit the Statue of Liberty, it's an amazing place. You got it, Melinda. We went there, I think, we were talking about that the other day. I think it was around 05, give or take. And the Statue of Liberty wasn't open again yet after 9/11. Carson City, Nevada. But we were able to go on the island and take the ferry over to the other Ellis Island and go to the museum, the Immigration Museum. That was very well done. Durango, Silverton. This is a Colorado train line goes from Silverton, Durango in Colorado back and forth. We have the dangly little charm right there of the train engine. Yes, exactly. Reno, Nevada, MGM Grand has their building, the name, and then their lion logo. Oh, this is cool. I like what they've picked, to see what they've picked for different places for their souvenir. Mennonite Village. It says MB, Mennonite Heritage Village, MB. I don't know what that would stand for, but they have a pair of oxen. All right, you got it. And it's engraved on the spoon itself. Mennonite Heritage Village, something MB. I got you, CJ. Okay. Alabama. I know somebody lives there. That one just has a star where the capital is, I'm assuming. Winchester Mystery House, San Jose, California. Has anybody been there? I've been there. The Winchester House. Now that Winchester, I believe we've talked about this because there were some other Winchesters in Tennessee and Kentucky that we drove through. That this Winchester is related to the company that created the Winchester repeating rifle. Oh, well, thanks so much. Appreciate that. You've been there too? That's cool. It's a really neat place. I can't pronounce this one. Montera. And Kim, that probably is something you could take care of. Just saying. I don't know if we know. I can't pronounce this one. It's MONTSERRAS. I don't know. Okay, we did that one. All right. Blue Crab, Virginia. Thank you. It's a pewter style. It has like a chain with the anchor down the spoon handle. Blue Crab, Virginia. Alaska. We have an eagle at the top. Seward, Alaska. The eagle, again, that pewter style. St. Louis, Missouri. with the arch, the gateway to the west museum under the arch. Raise your hand if you've been up in the arch. I don't think so. Catch Me for the Mennonite. It did not. Let me find it back. Let's go the oxen. Who does that go for? Is that for you? Yep, and the Winchester. Nope, you got it. Can't be too far back. Yep, I got you, Ma. Oh, you watched it be built? That's cool. I've seen the pictures of it being built, of how it was built and constructed. So Melinda, have you for the Virginia one? And Kim, just tell me who the Mennonite one goes to. I'll set it to the side.
The Mennonite is for me.
Okay. No, I think it was he had the Silverton and Durango one. I think I've been up in the arch at least twice. That's a very interesting process. So CJ, I have you for two. I have the Durango and then that first one you claimed, but I don't think we had. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's an interesting process, that memorial. Roadrunner, Arizona, another pewter style. There's the words on the handle. The saguara in the spoon. They called it because it's like an elevator car that's round, that you walk in and you can fit 4 people in it basically, and then it pulls you up and around into the top of the arch and then back down. And they called it the toilet because it looked like, when it opened up, it looked like a toilet seat when the cars opened up. I know, all the things. Lobster from Maine. Have a lobster trap in the bottom. No worries, we got it. Got it. It takes a village. We have Nantucket with a lighthouse. We have Utah. That's the whole state. It's a little bitty one. Are these ones easier to spell, Kim? Bureau of Engraving and Printing, Treasury Department. That should be in Washington, D.C. Yep, I didn't have anything else on the bottom. Galveston Island, Texas.
Pause, please.
Yes, ma'am. What do we need? Oh, we got Mom and Melinda interested on Nantucket.
Yes.
Okay. So you saw who was first in on it? Mom and then Melinda. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. It kind of has an enamel lighthouse and then says whatever it says in the spoon, which is Nantucket. And then it's got a picture of the state, like the shape of the state. So Melinda's out. Okay. My mom's in it too. Got it. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Mom. All right. Next up, which I don't know where I don't think I had any. Way. That's a Colorado. Oh, it's Alaska. It's got a picture of the state with some of the cities. Skagway with the gold miner. Ooh. a gold panner on the top. Genesis M would like the treasury spoon. We have a place in Colorado called Skagway, and we had a lot of gold miners, so I thought it was that at first. But nope, it is Alaska. And that is the treasury. Thank you, Em. Next up, Jade City, British Columbia. Yes, I can put you down for that one too. Let me find it back. Galveston was... what did it have on it? Okay, I'm going to show this one quick. So that's a jade miner. It's going to be my... And then it says, this way, Jade City, BC, British Columbia. Does anybody watch the series about the jade miners? It's kind of hokey. What do you want to call it? Reality TV, but it's interesting how they mine jade. And I am looking for Galveston. What did it have on it? Maybe I hadn't put it up yet. Did I go to put it up? I will write it down for you, Em. Because I might have started to say it and I put it down. I will write it down for you, Em.
I may have missed that in the list. I don't remember typing it, but it could have been under something else.
I think I started to talk about it and then I set it down when I went to look for another one. But now I'm pretty sure I don't have it here. So I will watch.
And you
for
got
it as we go.
You got the blue crab for Melinda, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oregon Trail, the covered wagon, the Conestoga, as the state with something on there. Do you remember what it had on it? I don't think I fully described it. That's what I'm thinking. We'll keep looking for it. What is this one? We have Larnock Castle in Dunedin, New Zealand. I know I started saying it. I bet you I just set it down. Switzerland has a whole bunch of crests at the top. Nothing on the spoon. Land of Lincoln, Illinois. This is a little one. Just a little one. That'd be really cute in a little sugar bowl, actually. It's just at 3.5 inches long. This one's little also. It has an enamel at the top. It says Old Abilene Town, Texas. Yeah, I was just starting to talk about how we had been near Galveston, but I think I finished. Hawaii, a little short one as well. Aquarina Springs. Where is that? It doesn't say. It's like a houseboat. Aquarina Springs. Like we have Miss Melinda on Hawaii. Thank you. Here we go. Here's my home state, Colorado, with the Columbine on the top in color. What does it have on the back? It just says... I don't think it really says anything. It's just like the stamp of who made it. But there's the Colorado State one. We have cable car, San Francisco. Have you been on a cable car in San Francisco, Bob? Since you were in California? I've ridden on a cable car and that other street. What's the name of that street? Lombard Street that goes back and forth all the way down the hill. Oh, yes. Hemingway House in Key West, Florida. Stephanie's been there. Nice. Melinda would like the cable car. That sounds terrible. I've been to Key West. Have you guys been to Key West? I've been a lot more places than I realize, I guess. I know my parents were really into history of everywhere, so we went. That's everything we did on vacations had to do with something that was historical. And then when we did vacations with our kids, when we were road tripping it, we'd try to go to places that were historical or as well. Hanna-Barbera. Marine Land. Holy goodness sakes, Marine Land. So similar to SeaWorld, I would guess. We have Catalina Island, California. Oh, you know what? I need to save this one because we have a cousin that I believe just got engaged on Catalina Island. I need to save that. Sorry. Marine Land, you got it, Bob. Okay. Cool. What's next? This looks like Arkansas. Arkansas is a natural with a razorback at the top. And it says Arkansas is a natural at the bottom. Silver plated. I was going to say, it's got some oxidation to it. Wheaton Village, New Jersey. Haven't been there. I was on Jersey Beach. Another New Zealand, Dundon, something railroad, something gorge railroad in New Zealand. I've not been to New Zealand or Australia. We'll talk about that. The first time I was ever out of the country was last year. Atlantic City, New Jersey. We got Atlantic City at the top. We got a dangly dice charm. And then the state with the words inside it there. There it is. I found it, M. Galveston Island, Texas. I found it back. You got it. Rocky Mountain Park, Rocky Mountain National Park. That is our park right here in Colorado. Between, well, north of Denver, has the ram at the top. Next up, I have Cabela's out of Sidney, Nebraska, since 1961. Cabela's. What is the charm? The charm is, oh, it's a bird. A bird charm. Christchurch Cathedral, New Zealand. Another gold tone one. Like so. West Virginia. I've been there a few times. Been to a few places in West Virginia. There's those Great Smoky Mountains, I believe, or the Adirondack. I don't know. There's mountains that come and go from West Virginia. The little one. Now, I don't know what this one is. I think I have two left out of my spoon selection. It has a logo on it. If you recognize the logo, that'll help us out. It is a pewter style. It has nothing written on the back. So other than if you recognize the logo. Okay, so Marine Land was in Palo Verde, California, from 1954 to 1987 when it was bought by SeaWorld and the animals were moved down to San Diego. Perfect. Okay. Now we were in SeaWorld in Texas, but not in San Diego. All right, and the last one I have to offer this evening of the spoons, which he almost looks like he's a Viking, but I don't think he is. I think he's Samoan. Gimli, Gimli, Manit, Manitoba. Gimli, Manitoba. Maybe he is a Viking. Maybe I need to keep him. Is he a Viking? Is Gimli, Manitoba Scandinavian? If he's a Viking, I might have to keep him. Just saying. I mean, come on. West Virginia. You got it, Melinda. What do you think? It's Canada. Yeah, I knew that for Manitoba. But okay. I think we have made it through the spoons. If there's anything that I missed, please let me know. And oh, yes, Carol, I did send you a quick email. I don't know if you saw that or not. That was my question to you. Are you looking for a doll in particular, a color, a size, anything like that? Because I do have a few up here that I have had that I have prices on that I could do. And a coal electric plant stack in Southern Iowa. Okay. I didn't do a picture search on that one. All right, so what I do have right here, let me see. So this is a 3-inch. So the 3 inches are, he's a $35 one. And it is a black background. Lots of red, yellow, and white painting on it. And it is marked made in Sweden. I have 2 of the little itty bitties. I mean, like teeny, teeny, tiny ones. They are 1.5 inches tall and about 1.25 inches long, about 1 inch deep. They're $25 each. And I have one that has the sticker underneath that says where it was made, which is also in Sweden. And then the other one is very, very similar, but it doesn't have the sticker underneath that says where it's made. And they are $25. Teeny tiny ones. And I can tell you, this one is navy. He is 4 inches tall. You got it. It's $45, navy background. I usually end up finding more of the reds. So I know I have more. I just didn't, and they are boxed up because I did take them to the Pennsylvania show. But I'm going to write this one down. We have, this is the 1.5 at $25. Thank you so much. One of the reasons why I took dollars to that show is because I came across a 18-inch, almost 2 foot tall dollar horse. Super cool one. I mean, bigger than I've ever seen, and was able to have that out on display and for sale for that matter. So this last one that I have up here is a 6-inch. So this one was 4. This would be a $65 one in the navy background, and it's a 6-inch tall dollar horse. And it also has the Niles Olsen, sticker from Sweden on the bottom. Okay. I have a rooster up there, but those are the ones I know I have. Easy peasy. I probably have another red one, but
She was interested in the first navy, I think.
this one? Nope, that's black. This one's navy. The navy for $45. Okay. So I think that's a 4-inch navy. Oh. How did I get that to know? Okay. I got you for those. I did have an entire, what I do have in my box that I took to the Pennsylvania show was I had a 2-inch all the way up to like the 12-inch and then the 2-footer, all in the reds. So I know where those are. They're just not out. Well, how much was the big red? The big one, I think I had 600 on it. And can you see him? Right. When I point to him, there he is. Right there. That is a 16-incher, 14-incher. That was the biggest one I'd seen until I found that last one. So this is a 5-inch red. It does not have a sticker underneath, but it would be right there in between. So it would be the $55 price. Yeah, this is my other side of my heritage is the Swedish with the dollar horses. So I love them and pick them up wherever I can. So you'd like to do the red one too? This one too, Miss Carol? All right, let me make sure that I had measured him correctly. Yep, that's a 5-inch. 5-inch red at $55. All right. Got a good variety going there. Okay. You got it. If there's any other sizes and colors you're looking for, that's one of the things I will be doing before my next Scandinavia shows next fall, is I have my own collection up on the top shelves around here, and I'm going to be going through my collection and making sure I don't have duplicates and stuff like that. So thank you so much. You just let me know. I did text you quick yesterday because I know I saw your comment quick, but I wasn't able to say anything because we're already signing off for the night. But I did send you an email. So, okay. Now, we're pretty much in our 2 hours for the night. I'm just going to give you a quick preview of something that, am I going to do that or I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for another night because we didn't get to it. So I'm going to just save it. So, all right. If there's any other requests or anything, any other questions that I've missed, please holler at me, especially Kim. And, what do we have for tomorrow? Let me refresh my memory. Okay. This one's going to go on to the next day. Cool. We're doing pretty good. Keeping right on track. We have 4 nights left after tonight. That's crazy. 9, 10, 11, and 12. 4 left. So thank you everybody for being here tonight. Thank you so much. We've almost had 30 people in the chat, which is awesome. Thanks for the thumbs up, all the comments after the videos get posted. I will definitely let Stephen know that everyone is thinking of him. And I'll actually ask him. I doubt he will have time to. I'll ask him if he wants to pop on and say hey during the 12 days. So thank you, Miss Kim. for keeping up, for all of your typing, your fast typing skills on the names tonight. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow night on day 9. Good night, everybody.